Hey guys, I'm RozaldVane and welcome back to another RozVlog. So, I had to do this RozVlog eventually because technically we're ending the year soon, so I had to update you guys, of course, for the end of the year, of course, so that we can kind of update ourselves into this year, into the next year, which is 2021. So I need to kind of give that update because I don't plan on doing any huge updates till the next thing, which I'll talk about in this update video. So yeah, I needed to update you guys because I didn't want to just kind of like spread it across different series of videos or different series of videos as in games that I play, because not everybody's watching those videos or every single game video that I come out with. Unless you do, thank you, of course. But otherwise, yeah, I needed to do some updates. Very small here, I think, hopefully. But if not, then whatever, I guess. So two main updates that I need to talk about here is one of them is to kind of update the channel, which is the games that I'm currently playing and the future games that I will be playing in 2021, of course, because I need to make sure to talk about the next year's games or the upcoming games, because I didn't talk about what was coming up. I usually just launch the series and just be like, hey guys, I didn't anticipate this game I want to play, yada yada yada, and then I'm like, I just go on with my day with like making new games footage or play some new games with the footage stuff, and I just never got to label things or anything. So I'm hoping to get to the bottom of that and kind of talk about that as soon as I can here in this video. But the one I'm gonna go first for updates is what's going on in the back, you know, like what's going on outside the channel. So first and foremost, this is gonna be a shorter segment or a shorter bit because there's not much going on anyways to kind of preface, to kind of start off with. There's not really much going on currently. Based on the last RozVlog, nothing has changed because I haven't gotten any updates to my life with like job stuff, and like this year I literally graduated from college and universities, so it's like I'm busy doing my thing here. I will probably share some of those information sooner or later. I won't be talking about it just yet for what the things I'm working on currently as a side project, and also the schedule still is opened and up to change depending on where or when I end up getting a job and stuff like that. So that will be up in the air until that time comes. I'm not guaranteeing any. I won't be guaranteeing any like sort of like time frame of when it happens, because that's usually hard to hit right now because of all the pitches I've made. Like, well, not literal like not like PowerPoint pitches, but like baseball pitches, like just pitching my my stuff at places to get hired for, and it's just going all over the place. So in all honesty, it's just gonna be a long time, or probably hopefully not a long time from now, that I'll get something. But if not, or if anything hits into the home run bat, I will definitely come back and do another RozVlog by that time. But the second part of this is definitely gonna be this. How are you guys doing? I know it's been a really rough year. 2020 is coming to an end, obviously, with this RozVlog, my only RozVlog for this year, that is left for this year. And I know that a lot of you guys are probably doing a lot better than you guys were last year. Might be doing a lot worse than last year, or maybe you're just doing kind of the same like me. Like I'm in a bad situation, but it's not bad enough to the point where it's killing me inside or anything. So I'm just hoping you guys are doing alright, whoever's watching this RozVlog, or anybody in the future who's watching this RozVlog, of course. But otherwise, I hope you guys are doing fine. You know, stay in there. You know, the next year is coming over. Things are slowly coming back to normal, but like not as quickly, of course. But we need to just kind of also keep safe, stay safe, keep everybody from getting hurt or emotionally distressed and stuff like that. Like I know we can't all fix everybody's situation, but you know, a word of encouragement slightly might help, but not by much. But at least the slightness will help as much as they can be. So that's pretty much why I kind of wanted to give that update for that part 2. So that's it. That's part 2. So that's part 2 of the whole update that I need to make for outside of the channel. But the big one for this updates on the channel is the series, the games that I am currently playing, and the ones that are coming up in the upcoming year, and maybe by the end of this year. I have no clue yet, so that they will be decided on when I feel like it, or when I get to them at the very least. So first, games that I'm going to be playing, that I currently am playing. So the typical 3 you guys are seeing currently on the channel is South Park, Fractured Butthole, Alan Wake, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So those are the 3 that I'm currently still playing. A lot more of South Park so far because I want to just complete it so I can move on to another game. Alan Wake, once that's completed, obviously I got to do Nightmare, American Nightmare, and after that potentially Control. I have Control available. It's just that's the huge part of the reason that I chose to play Alan Wake at this point. And I mean, I already beat Quantum Break. That's another Remedy game, so I just chose to do all the Remedy games that they've previously made, minus Max Payne, sadly enough, so that I can see what they built up from, or show you guys what they built up from, like Alan Wake to Quantum Break to Control, because it's kind of interesting to see what they've been through and stuff like that. So I just want to kind of like revisit some of their older games at the very least. And then Assassin's Creed Odyssey, very long series, can't tell when it's going to end. That's just going to keep going until then. At the same time, I think that I might take a pause into playing the newer Assassin's Creed to go back to the older Assassin's Creed, or maybe I might do that in the middle of Odyssey, where I might just go back to Revelations, because I still have yet to finish the Ezio trilogy off the Xbox from my side of things. And well, I already beaten Revelations on my own, like way back, but I mean for the channel basically, to kind of accomplish it or catch it up into the gap, because there is a gap on the channel where I haven't played Assassin's Creed Revelations up until Unity, which I have all these games and I just haven't gotten to them, and they're not on the channel. So it's like, I don't know, I'm trying my best. But one of the games that people are anticipating, or people who probably subscribe to me for some for reasons that they want to keep watching, is Pokemon MMO Black and White. I know people are very much anticipating that to come back after, you know, taking so long with a lot of gaps and breaks into between them. But this time, the reason why I took a break was because of grinds. I had to grind the levels and stuff. That is coming back hopefully soon. I'm hoping to finish it before 2020, and if not finish before 2020 ends, then maybe hopefully into the early of 2021 try to finish up there. Right now the only struggle is just the second round of Elite Four, and also the additional story content that comes after beating the Elite Four for the second round. And so that's pretty much where I'm at with that game. And I mean, I can easily say that once I'm done with round 2, it's like a long stretch home. Like it's just like we're basically on the road path to finishing up the game by that point. And I really want to try to beat that game before moving into the next year, because I think that would be a really cool and good thing for me, because I would have one thing less to worry about for the following year. But speaking of other things to worry about, I do have other games I still haven't gotten back into, which is Final Fantasy X and Demon's Souls. I know Demon's Souls got their PS5 release. I can probably talk more about that when I start back the series. But primarily, grinding as well as what's dragging me behind on that. Same goes for Final Fantasy X. I'm very close to its end. Just need to grind a little bit, or like try to get kind of prepared with it by a slight bit for Final Fantasy X before it comes back to hopefully close itself out. And then of course all the other like groups of games that I have held back and not, you know, entered a video since whatever day I stopped playing them. And that's only primarily because I needed to, or I got bored of them sometimes, or sometimes technical issues prevented me from continuing forward a little bit. Not hard technicality, but just like software wise, like games couldn't keep going, or the recording didn't really want to pass through the recording and stuff like that. So that's why I wanted to make sure to probably return to some of them sooner or later and finish them in the future, which is hopefully in 2021. So I might be planning on bringing some of them back hopefully in 2021, but we'll have to see and wait and see if I feel like it, because it's more down to just my interests at the moment. If I don't feel like playing it, I won't probably get to it eventually, so we'll see. I can't say much because I don't know yet how I feel by the time I get back to them. So that's pretty much for what's currently going on, but what's going ahead is what I need to talk about importantly now too, because one of the games that I've been pushing around a lot, if you have been watching my Witcher 3 series, all the way down to the final bits of the last episodes, I mentioned a lot about Cyberpunk 2077, and that is a game that I actually want to play, not because I don't want to play it now, because I don't have like it's not that I don't have access to the game, it's not that I have the console version of the game, which I know that everybody here who has not heard the news about how bad console performances are. It's not because of those two. I have the PC version, for one. I have the hardware to run it, for two. And three, the only reason... Actually, no, the three is just whatever. But, like, the only reason that I'm not starting the series is because I want to avoid the bugs because of my experience with Witcher 3. Because I played Witcher 3 before they patched it, like, probably for the final time, I guess. And one of the patches prevented me from finishing one of my side quests, and it had some concern with, like, the side quest was concerning a well-known character to Geralt, and I was like, I want to get to it, and then I spent like one whole episode, maybe two, I think, or a couple episodes, trying to get to it, but I was prevented, was blocked, couldn't do anything, and I was struggling with this glitch and bug that I felt dissatisfied that I had to skip over the side quests, and I just couldn't beat it. So the only way to beat it was to kind of start over this game and just play it up to that point and finish it there. But I was not gonna be willing to spend, I don't know, 50 hours playing up to that point, or 20 hours playing up to that point. So I just want to just like preface that the reason why I'm not playing Cyberpunk is because there may be a point when I play the game and the side quests or main quest that I play on might tell me to revert to the save or play the whole game all over again and just kind of catch up to that point again, and I'm just like, no, I don't want to waste my time just doing it all over again. But that's the only reason, that's the only big thing that I worry about when it comes to patches, that has kind of lived with me with CDPR's games. But otherwise, everything else, bug-wise, like glitches, I understand them. I don't worry for them that much. Crashes, I can handle because I've handled them multiple times with Bethesda and Ubisoft games. And I powered through them, obviously. I powered through them, and you might be wondering which games am I talking about specifically. I will lead them out, and that's Watch Dogs 2. I've crashed many times with that game. Origins have crashed multiple times before. Odyssey, very rarely now. It's better this time around, I think. Odyssey has done better this time around. Though it's just the footage is lagging, it's just whatever, but that's just footage, not the game itself. And then for Bethesda, Dishonored 1 or Dishonored 2 crashed a few times. Death of the Outsider did crash a few times in there, but I powered through them. I enjoyed the experience either ways, even if I crashed. It's just a matter of me recording things that just kind of cause things to become that way. But otherwise, yeah, Cyberpunk 2077, do look out to it in January, actually. That's the plan for now, because I'm waiting for the big major patch, the first big major patch to come out first, and then I'll jump into it. I know February is the second major patch. I kind of just, I'm being patient as much as I can, but I really want to try and get into the game and experience whatever other PC players have experienced, and some of the other people who are enjoying it on console have experienced. So that's pretty much what is updated for Cyberpunk 2077. So promise is January 2021, that game will start, hopefully. If not, then it'll probably be February at best. And if not that, then RozVlog will talk about it. The next RozVlog will talk about it if that happens. But future other games that I need to talk about, there's a lot of games that are floating around for me that I'm still not figuring out what I want to do yet. There's a lot I really want to play, but at the same time, I need to pace myself to figure out which one I really want to go to next. So one of the big ones are to finish up the Bioshock franchise, which is with Bioshock Infinite, or kind of catch up with the franchise, I guess, because Infinite is one of them that it's one of my beloved games out in the library, where like I pre-ordered it when it first came out in the Xbox 360 era, and I was just like very excited when I played it, and I played through it and I loved it. But I didn't get to play the last two DLCs, the two DLCs that came with the sort of like extra story stuff that's not related to Infinite, I guess. So that's one of those things that I still need to get back into. And then there's like other games that I need to finish up, like franchise-wise, like The Last of Us. I haven't played part 2, and I don't own it yet, so that's another on the list. I know I got like, what else? Like Uncharted. I haven't really gotten into the Lost Legacy yet at all, so that's another one I haven't gotten into. I don't know. There's Red Dead Redemption 1 that I still actually wanted to get back into, which I'll talk more about the history for me in that game, or for that game. Probably when I start that up, if I do end up doing that. I know some people have been flinging around GTA 5 on me, or some other like multiplayer games. I'm not gonna say that the multiplayer games that I don't like, I see those multiplayer games that I've been suggested by, but it's not that I don't want to play them, it's just that they're more, it's not more my style. Like I don't do this channel with the emphasis of multiplayer games. I have an emphasis for doing single players in the games, but that's because I can pace myself, I can play the games myself without having to like rely on other things or rely on having an aspect to deal with other players. And that's why it's really hard for me to jump into a multiplayer game. But for GTA 5 or any suggested game, hold them back, of course, because I kind of don't know when I'll ever jump into them. GTA 5 might even be a far distant game that I ever will touch. Because I might be playing GTA 3 or GTA Vice City or San Andreas way before I even could play the 5th game, because I want to play the old games, play the old GTAs and beat them to their finale before even ever remotely looking at GTA 5. But maybe I might jump ahead, play GTA 5, because I have played GTA 3 to the halfway point at certain degrees. I played San Andreas all the way to the halfway point beyond them, like. At some point, Vice City I've never touched before, like I never played the storyline before, but I've only messed around with it when I was a kid. But in all honesty, I know what's going on with the GTA storyline world, but I just don't know when I'll ever feel the need to play that series or franchise yet. There's other games that I still want to also jump into, like I want to revisit one game that I've been playing off the beaten path, off on my side, off my lone sun. There we go. And that is the Yakuza series. That's actually one of them that I feel like replaying for the channel specifically because it's such a fantastic franchise. But I'm probably having my reservations and trying to figure out like if I should actually go into them or not for the channel. So I'll think about that furthermore because it's very time consuming to go through them. What else is there that I have in my mind? Oh yeah, and then there's the games that I finished recently or this year. That they still have like an extra installment that I just haven't gone to, like the Coma. I finished the Coma recut like literally this year, not too long ago I guess. And there is the second installment, and I'm planning on doing that eventually. And then of course 25th Ward, I finished that one. Really enjoyed 25th Ward, even though the ending was a little but it's still an interesting game nonetheless. And I know that they have the Silver Case, which is the prequel of 25th Ward, so I should need to go into that eventually because that is a prequel, so I should be playing the Silver Case before we kind of do anything. And then of course there's other like games like some other point and click games, some other visual novel games, some action RPGs or action adventures or RPGs that I really want to get into video form, but it's just there's so much in my mind that I really want to get to that I just don't know when I'll ever pull them in and say like, hey, let's play this. Like even my PS4 is like backlogged with like some few other games like the Second Son series, the Horizon Zero Dawn series, Days Gone, and then of course the PS5 came out recently, and I really want to get those games over there, but I don't have the necessary fund for that or a new PC in general either. So it's like I'm just gonna be like kind of just doing whatever like is in the past generations series so that I can just kind of catch up to my own like stuff that I might have missed out on for myself for the channel. So who knows, whatever it is that you guys might be thinking, like I don't want to put any anticipation on like or overhype anything or to kind of promise anything, because I know that it will always fall apart if I try too hard to meet that promise, because I can't guarantee anything, because we're all flawed in every way, and life and everything and anything in time will be, you know, always mix and match, and nobody will ever know what they want until they get it at the very least, or be surprised to get it at the very least. And I think that I'm probably gonna just leave it at that, where like whatever future series that comes into 2021 and I get to it, I hope I just have fun. I hope I don't like. I hope I have my sort of like takes on what games I haven't played before, and I'm primarily trying to focus on getting games or playing games that I haven't played before onto the channel, rather than games that I've previously played before many years back or something like that. So I'm trying my best to just get things kind of rolled in, get things kind of geared up, and hopefully 2021 will hopefully get enough series to last the channel a little bit longer with some more stuff to watch. But otherwise, that's pretty much it for this RozVlog. Yeah, I spent 20 minutes. That's roughly not that bad. But otherwise, thank you guys for watching. This is it for this RozVlog. I do appreciate for anybody who is wanting an update for the channel. If you are subscribed, of course. If you're not subscribed, I don't know what to say. I don't want to say you should subscribe, because that is not my decision to make. That's your decision to make. That's you. That's your decision, not mine. But otherwise, if you do enjoy the series or enjoy the games that I'm playing, feel free to just subscribe. If you don't feel like it's interesting to you, if it's not funny to you, or not interesting, or relaxing, or if the videos doesn't make you fall asleep, then I mean, subscribe or whatever. I don't really care anymore. But at this degree, I just like, if you guys enjoy the videos, that's totally fine by me. I care less about the rest of the details. But otherwise, there's no other changes, nothing else big going on. I'm just doing my own thing and just making the changes based on what happens to current situations. But hopefully, we'll see what happens next. See you guys in 2021, and see you guys in my other videos, obviously. Hope you guys have a great, amazing holiday, or New Year's Eve, or New Year's, or Christmas Day, or whatever holiday that comes into the time between this video's upload to 2021's things, I guess. But otherwise, I'm gonna keep uploading, keep putting up videos, and hope you guys enjoy them to the best of my ability. Alright, thank you for watching, and hope to see you guys in the next RozVlog or another video of mine. Roz out.